yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. And how have audiences responded to Jules's character?
I mean, it's kind of been a roller coaster, I think, because I think everyone liked her a lot at first, especially after the kitchen scene. They were like, yes, like
She's a badass.
yeah. And then now Jules is getting some flack because Jules is stressed out, and things are complicated. And I don't want to like give spoilers, but yeah, from what I've seen, I think people are a little more like, okay, she needs to get her mess together, just because it's affecting the people around her too. So we'll see where that goes.
When you guys were filming, did you read the entire season? Because like even downstairs where, I mean, you're saying like everything's so complicated. There are a million questions. Like even with you, like I want to know what's going on in Jules's head with her relationship with Rue. And then Nate is a whole other mess. And like, God bless, I don't know what's going on there. So like, did you have those same questions as you were going through and filming, or did you guys know how it all wrapped up at the end of the season?
No, we were getting episodes all the way up until like, I think we got the final draft for 8, like the same week that we started shooting it, or something really close like that. So, and we were they would kind of drop them as we kept moving throughout the season. So we were in suspense the entire time. And then I think it's also kind of cool that it like played out that way. Like he was writing as we were still making it, because you know, when we actually film the scenes, they might turn out like different than the way Sam was anticipating. And that's another like really cool way that Sam works, is that, you know, he's really open to whatever is happening, whether it's like happening within the chemistry of the characters or whatever, like he's down to just like see what happens. And so I think that was really cool, in that, you know, I think the story morphed in ways that even he wasn't expecting as we were filming. So, yeah.
And then you touched upon it a little bit, but family and friends watching the show, what is that like?
It's cool. I mean, I'm really proud of this project, and like, and so obviously it's important to me, and yeah, I mean, it was a little scary. Like,
you like run out of the room or anything?
Yes, I don't like watching some of this stuff like with anybody. But yeah, I mean, I think like with my parents, like I told them even before I like got the role that I was auditioning for something, and it was you know, a little explicit, and but it's a cool story, and then so like actually having them see it, I think they were prepared at this point, and I mean, as prepared as they could be, you know. I think witnessing it is a different thing. You
weren't even prepared doing it. So.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's scary, like being that vulnerable with everyone who's watching it, I guess. But I don't know.
I mean, the show itself is like scary.
Yeah.
Like there are parts where like I don't know how to explain it to some people. Like some of my friends, I'm like, you have to watch it, and they're like, is it scary? I'm like, no, but yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like horror, but I mean, it's kind of scary in that it.
Well, it's so real too.
People, yeah.
And then going forward, where would you like to see Jules go?
Like for this season?
Well, yeah, or next.
Yeah.
Without any spoilers, obviously.
Yeah. I'm a Rule shipper.
Okay.
Like
I didn't even know Rule was a thing.
Rules.
Like I didn't hear about that. Okay, I'm
it's
behind.
our ship name, Rue and Jules. Yeah, I'm a Rule shipper, and you know, I would hope to see more of that. But then also I need Jules to like, I don't know, like I want bad things to happen to Nate, and I wouldn't have a problem with Jules being the perpetrator of those bad things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's just like from my perspective on where we're at right now. That's what I'll say.
Are you allowed to be a rule shipper?
Yeah.
As you, but like that, it's kind of like bias.
Z is a rule shipper too.
Okay. Yeah. Now we know what's going on. We have 3 audience questions.
Hi.
Hi.
So because the show is so raw and because you're having to do these scenes that are so raw and vulnerable, is there anything that you specifically do to prepare for, like wind down from the role to get into character and decompress afterwards?
Yeah, it's been a massive learning curve, I think, throughout the season because, like, when I was filming the pilot, I had a completely different, like, perception of how to, like, go about that than I do now. And I think it was just, like messing up and then trying something different and then like taking advice from the rest of the cast and Sam. It's really different like for every single scene too. But I mean, what's helped I think is like music. Like I said, Frank Ocean does pull through for some of those scenes where you need to get in your feelings or yeah, I don't know. Like I have little playlists also for like specific like characters or like a certain mood. And then also just kind of, I don't know, Sam always tells us to let go like as we're filming and just like stop. Like, I don't know, he can like see right through you and like what's going on in your head. And Ed will just like clock us and tell us to stop doing whatever doing in our head. And usually that's just like, you know, yeah.
Thank you.
I can imagine it's weird too because you're like filming these scenes together, and then after I would be like, I need to be alone.
Yeah, that's another thing that's been weird, especially like further into the season, is that like it's hard to like come out of that and then like be okay, and then also just like those feelings like you take home with you whether you like it or not, and so like making the distinction between what's yours and what's the characters.
Definitely. And then another audience question.
Hi there.
Hi.
At 48, I just recently transitioned. It took me a long, long time to figure out myself. I commend you so much for being so young and just representing and being your truth.
Thank
And
you.
we're so happy for you. So we're out there, we're in TV, we're in film. Where do you think we'll be in 5 years?
In 5 years.
Or sooner?
Ooh.
Come on.
Maybe holograms?
Hopefully not.
I don't know. I think
In other words, will we be even more accepted? Because, I mean, your character is so amazing. People are like, wow, so that's a trans person. And it's just like, this could be just my classmate. So I'm saying, will it become more and more normal? Like, oh, yeah, that's my trans. I mean, will we even be classified as a trans feminine person? Or just, hey, this is
Right.
Allie and this is Jules?
well, I hope that's what we move towards. And also, I mean, I hope to see like a broader acceptance of like the entire community, you know, and I think moving forward, I mean, it's really cool to be here as a trans person, but I think it's also like, it doesn't go without saying that like I'm white and I'm skinny and like I pass, and you know, like that's like, those are all factors, whether we like it or not, that got me here in this place. And so I think like in the future, I hope, you know, the doors can continue to be open for like the entire community, everyone. Yeah, yeah.
I love that you asked that because I know people are talking about this as a Gen Z show. So one of the things I was thinking about is older generations like looking and seeing how lucky Jules seemingly is, because like you said, this is something she's resolved at such a young age. So I'm sure that's really, really cool. Thank you for asking that. And we have one more question.
Hi.
Hi, Hunter. Was there any specific scene or person that you were kind of anxious to film with?
Yeah, I mean, a few. Let's see. I don't know. I would say like the kitchen scene again, just because I don't know. Jacob's like one of the loveliest people you'll ever meet, but like when he gets into character and he's like shirtless and like sprayed down with oil, and he's like really tall too, and like when he's screaming and shattering glass, like
He scares the shit out of me.
it's really scary. Yeah, and I don't know. Same thing with Eric. Like super sweet guy, but when he's in character, you know, it's a different story. It's a little scary. Probably the guys. I don't know. A lot of the guys on our show are like a little messy. Yeah.
Not to mention it's Eric Dane. Like that's huge.
Actually, yeah. I didn't know. Like
Here it is, guys.
I didn't know who McSteamy was.
I was gonna say, you didn't watch Grey's Anatomy?
No, I didn't watch it.
Oh my gosh!
But now I know, and
Now we know Hunter's character flaw. There it is. Well, thank you so much. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of the show, and I can't wait to see where it goes, where Jules goes. Everybody, check out Euphoria Sunday night on HBO.
thank you.